Hello, Adventure Possible, and welcome to the next adventure. Tell you what, it's a fall day. It's gorgeous. It is 70 degrees, and I am getting ready to turn in to the location where we are filming this week's episode. I found out just a couple of days ago that a buddy from high school, actually elementary school and high school, who was 1 year older than me, but we were tight, and I mean close. But he got out of school and joined the Marine Corps. And then in 1984, the year that I graduated, he was killed in Guam. He drowned. So I just found out the other day, and I don't know how she did it. My sister sent me a text, and it had a picture of his headstone on it, and I'm going to see that headstone tomorrow. But today, and I'm going to include that video as part of this, but today I decided to run down to the Missouri Veterans Cemetery based in Springfield, Missouri. And I'm at the gate right now waiting to drive in, and I've asked permission to do this, and they've given me permission. But I'm going to run in and tell the director, who I've talked to, that I'm here, and then I'm going to start videoing again. But I'm going to be respectful. I wanted to give honor to the veterans. I've never served. I tried to serve. I tried to join the Marine Corps out of high school. And I'm blind, legally blind in my left eye. I can see light over here, and I can tell if it's day or night. But I decided to do a video here today to pay respects to the veterans who have served. And I have this beautiful location, this facility here that I'm going to share with you today. So I'm going to drive on in. I'm going to turn this camera around to show you a Missouri Veterans Cemetery sign. And I'm going to be respectful. I'm not going to show any names or anything, but I'm going to show you a couple of things that I think are really neat. Like, we're going to go up and we're going to see that memorial up there. And then we're going to scan down on all those headstones. And I'm going to show you some other stuff that's pretty cool too. But right now I'm going to run in, tell them I'm here, and we'll go from there. So I'll be right back with you. All right, I went in and checked in. So we're going to start up there at that wall. And then we're going to pan down over that, and then we're going to go to that wall over there, and then there's another wall over there. But there are some services going on. You can see the lake down there. That's Lake Springfield down there. They have a walking trail. But this is beautiful, and they've done it for the veterans that have served, that have lived in Missouri. So, a little playground for the kids maybe over there, I think. No? Take that back. It's a storage center, or a center for their equipment. So anyway, I'm going to pause and I'm going to walk up the hill to the wall, because there's some stuff up there I want you to see. Actually, I need some exercise. Some of you probably do as well. We're going to walk up there together. How about that? Need a little fast forward action, or a snap app, to take me from back there to up here. Again, there are people here, so I'm going to be respectful of those. Big hill, big hill. I'll start right here. Prepared and loyal. You can tell they're young too. Back there it says "in honor who have served," but you can just see how beautiful this is. I'm a little winded. Plus, I'll be honest, this is kind of emotional. Let's go see what this is. Oh, the SEALs. Department of Army, United States Coast Guard that my brother-in-law served in. Department of Navy, the Marine Corps. Another one of my buddies served in the Marine Corps. And the Department of the Air Force. So that's pretty cool. But this is beautiful. In all of honor, or in honor of all who have served. But I'm going to show you this from the hill. Look at that. I've never been to Arlington, but I imagine it's beautiful. Look at all those headstones. There's the main administration building down there. Let's see what this says. In honor of SGM Guy J. Killingsworth, erected by the Military Order of the Purple Heart family and friends. All right, I'm gonna walk back down this hill. We're gonna go see a couple memorials right over there that I want you to see. We'll go down by the water even maybe. And then we'll go to that wall that's over there so you can see it too. Tell you what, you see a veteran, know a veteran, thank them for all that they've done. Leave home, go overseas and fight. Can you imagine that, bullets flying past your ear or being struck? They deserve and get all my respect, that's for sure. So anyway, I'm gonna drive down over there. No, I'm gonna walk, but I'm not gonna film. But I'll pick back up when I get down there. Tell you what, I'm standing in the shade, but I'm gonna walk down the sidewalk and show you those pillars down there. Take a look at one of the spots on Lake Springfield, show you what that looks like. Then we'll walk over there. I don't want to interrupt those people down there. All right, we've reached the sidewalk. A couple videos ago, me and Dan went kayaking. And by the way, special thanks to Dan, he served. And thanks, Dan, appreciate your service. But anyway, we parked our cars over there and put our kayaks in the water down there, so it's kind of neat how they can park over there and jump on this trail and walk. So let's walk over here and see this. And I see some wildlife out on the water. Adventure Possible, we're all about the wildlife too. We'll see how long they stick around, see if they let me video. Trail of Honor. It's very nice. In gratitude to our donors whose generosity made this trail possible, presented by the C.W. Titus Foundation. $25,000 and above, the Central Bank and Trust, Conco Quarry. $10,000 above, Bass Pro, BKD, Positronic, dedicated in 2017 through the Trails for Generations Initiative, Ozark Greenways. So it's beautiful. We got us some geese out there, check that out. This will defend the United States Army. I don't know how close these geese are gonna let me get to them. I'm gonna pan down there though. That's cool, they're just kicking back in the shade as well. Like I said, it's a gorgeous day today. It's like 71, light breeze. This is perfect. I'm gonna walk down there and see how close they'll let me get. They got it good and they know it. Starting to get a little nervous and swim away. hopefully that wind won't be getting in there and messing with it. My last video had some terrible wind noise, so I'm getting that fixed. But again, we keep it real around here, so whatever happens, happens. All right, let's walk up here and see this other part of the memorial. I'm going to show you this here too. Another concrete bench or marble bench. Always faithful, United States Marine Corps. My buddy who drowned in Guam, he was a Marine. My buddy Tom, went to high school with him, graduated with him. He was a Marine. Me and him tried to join together. They wouldn't take me, they took him. And he served. So let's go up here to these memorials. I'm gonna turn the camera off, then I'll turn it back on when I get up there so I don't accidentally get some people in there. All right, I'm back up here. Vietnam, in honor of all who served, 58 to 75. All gave some gave all. This looks like those young men that were up there on that other one I showed you. That is awesome. POW MIA, bring them home. MVets, Department of Missouri. Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard. Thank you to all, men and women. Our heroes, Korea veterans. This memorial is dedicated to the brave men and women who fought communism during the Korean War, 50 to 53. Preserved sovereignty for South Korea and stood firmly for the democracy and ideals of the United States of America. For those of us who survived, we salute our fallen comrades in this brutal war. God bless you. Yep. Thank you to those family members of those who did serve. Harbor Survivors, Pearl Harbor Survivors Association, in memory of the members of the U.S. military forces who gave their lives during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor and other military installations on December 7th, 1941, a date that will live in infamy. You've heard that line before. Remember Pearl Harbor, keep America alert. Dedicated by the Missouri Ozark Charter. Charter number 6. Pearl Harbor Survivors Association. Army, Coast Guard, Navy, Marines. Beautiful. This one's dedicated to all men and women wounded in all of our wars. Wounded combat veterans. I apologize, it's the Purple Heart. Combat wounded veterans. My stone is red for the blood they shed. The medal I bear is my country's way to show they care. If I could be seen by all mankind, maybe peace will come in my lifetime. Erected by the Department of Missouri Military Order of the Purple Heart. I got another buddy. His name's John. He was a Marine. He served. He's got a Purple Heart. I think he's even got 2. You ask any of those guys who has a Purple Heart, they'll tell you. And I've talked to a bunch of them, but they'll tell you they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that's the first time I've ever seen my stone is red for the blood they shed. The medal I bear is my country's way to show me they care. You guys don't always know it, and our country doesn't do a good job to really show you, but we care and we thank you. That's what this video is for. To give you the honor you deserve. Here's the second of 3 walls I was going to tell you. I'm not going to zoom in on any of the names, but you can see how beautiful it is and how well it's done. And those headstones. Beautiful setting. I'm glad they've done this. All right, I'm going to go back to the car and drive over to the other one because it's a pretty good click, so I'll be back. All right, I came up to this memorial, and thank goodness it's not full. You can see all spots where they can put the remains, the ashes. But hopefully we'll never fill this up. As you can see, nothing. Some are starting on down there at the end, but and I'm going to do this real fast so I don't show any of the names. But look how beautiful those are and done. Again, I don't want to be disrespectful in any way, but I just think this is a beautiful facility, and they deserve it. I'm going to try to stand up on this bench here so you can see this view. Again, I didn't serve. I tried. They didn't want me. God had other plans for me. I hope. But I'll get back home now. We'll bust out the board. But it's a beautiful place. It's hard not to get a little emotional. Especially when your mind thinks about all the things that these guys and ladies have done for us, and friends and family members that we've lost in the military as well. So thank a veteran, appreciate a veteran, welcome them home. I don't think that ever gets old for them. So I'll get back home, we'll bust out the board, have us another little small conversation, then we'll head on to the next video shoot for Adventure Possible. So thanks for watching. Thank a veteran, pat him on the back, make a charitable contribution to a cemetery, a veteran cemetery. Do something, show your appreciation. So again, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna stop. I'll get home, we'll bust out the board, and blessings to you. I forgot to tell you before we bust out the board, I'm driving to Fayetteville tomorrow. I'm gonna see my buddy's headstone that I'd never seen before and didn't even know was there. So the issue was when he drowned, they never recovered his body. So they had to wait a certain amount of time before they could declare it official or whatever. And then I just don't ever remember being told there was a headstone, or I'd have gone to see it by the family. But I had moved away as well and finished high school in Springfield, Missouri, actually. So it don't matter. A little over 2-hour drive. I'm gonna go do it, give my last respects, make it all final, because I'd always hoped that wasn't true. He was the type of guy that would join the special forces and change his identity. I always dreamed he'd find me one day and said he was sworn to secrecy. But you know what? I also know he accepted the Lord as his personal Savior. And I'm pretty sure he got baptized when I did. It's hard for me to remember back that long ago, but I think he got baptized. And no, I don't believe you need to be baptized to go to heaven, but I do believe if you have the chance to do it, that you should model the behavior that Jesus set for us and he was baptized. But if you're in church one Sunday, you accept him as your personal Lord and Savior, and you can't get baptized till a week later, and something bad happens to you, and you die before that following Sunday, you're going to heaven if you accept him as your personal Lord and Savior. And God knows your heart. That's where it all is. It's in your heart. It's not in your actions. Nothing you can do. But I tell you what, I'm going to film me seeing his headstone tomorrow, and then we'll bust out the board. Try to think of a good topic that would do this video some justice. So we'll be back. All right, we've made it to Fayetteville. I told y'all I was going to come do this. It was about a 2-hour drive down to Fayetteville. I didn't get to go last weekend or the weekend before because it was during the week, but it was thunderstorming on both of the days I had the opportunity to do it, so I put it off. So I just went over to the directory and typed in his name and found that his section number is section 18. And they said that's one of the older sections, and it is. I think it was back in 85 or 86. Yep, there's section 18. Neat little memorial in memory of all who served on the island of Oahu, territory of Hawaii, on 7 December 1941 during the attack by Japan, placed by Pearl Harbor survivors. That's pretty cool. The markers in this memorial area honor veterans whose remains have not been recovered or identified, were buried at sea, donated to science, or cremated, and the ashes scattered. They never did find his... I just saw it. Didn't know I was going to have that reaction, but I just looked down and there it is. But he drowned in Guam. Here it is. In memory of Quentin Neal Childers, U.S. Marine Corps, May 16 of 64 to October 30, 1984. There's a penny on there. I don't know why that is. I'm going to have to ask somebody what that means. I don't know. I'm not going to show any of the other names, so I'm going to pan over to this one too. This place is even bigger than the one in Missouri there in Springfield. So, again, I never knew this was here until the other day. My sister just did a Google search and just found it. So I had to come see it for some closure. But this is going to wrap up this video, and I'm going to leave somebody out, but I'm going to name some of my friends that are veterans. Tom, Clay, Bill, Dan, Roger. I'm leaving tons out, I know. But Rooster. Thanks for your service. All the veterans that may be watching this, just remember, all gave some gave all, and we owe them a lot. So, until next week, blessings to you. Well, we have reached that time in this week's video, and it is time to bust out the board. And this was a emotional video, but I wanted to do it for this Veterans Day and to give honor and respect and the admiration deserved to those guys that, again, I'll say it here in a few minutes, but all gave some and some gave all. And I'm glad they have a final resting place that people can go and check out and see and pay tribute to them. And I know I've mentioned a bunch during this video, my buddies, but and I'll probably forget some too, but I've written their names here at the top of this board, the ones that come to mind. But I got Tom, and Bill, and Rooster, aka John. Actually, it's the other way around. It's John, aka Rooster. But Court, who's fighting a set of battles himself these days. Dan, Roger, Carl, Clay. Those guys are my friends and heroes because they've all served and all have battles going on in their lives today. So we need to lift each other up and pray for each other and understand that life isn't easy. And we need to do our best not to make it any harder than what it has to be. So need to focus on the right things, read the right things, watch the right things, do the right things to the best of our ability. We're still going to fall short, unfortunately. We are, and I know it. You know it. I'm not perfect, far from it. You're not perfect, far from it. So, but I put some words on the board. I'm going to turn the camera to the board, and we'll read them together if you don't care. So here we go. All of these veterans and all of the veterans that you saw in that video joined the military and risked their life for one reason or another. Back in the olden days, they got drafted. So they didn't really have a choice on whether they got to go or not, but many, many in today's world go voluntarily. All of them do, almost. So sometimes the why they do it, they did it, it happened, isn't understood. And the full story potentially will never be known. But what I do understand is that every single one, men, women, that we've shown and talked about in this video, who have ever served, and again, all gave some gave all, deserve our respect and gratitude. So when you see them, thank them, send them a card. I tell you what, I just remembered this, but if you remember, there was a penny on my buddy Quentin's headstone there. A penny means you're just paying respects. A nickel means you knew them. A dime means you served with them. And a quarter on a headstone means they were there, or you were there, if you're the one leaving the quarter, were there when they passed. So, man, I couldn't find a nickel to save my life. And I did put a penny on Quentin's because I knew him very well. I still think about him a lot, to be honest with you. So, but anyway, trying to tie it all in together like I normally do with something that is biblical, Christ-centered, wholehearted. Again, thanks to the veterans who have served, who paid the ultimate price, lifting up those family members this day, because I know they're being remembered and there's tears being shed today and this week because of Veterans Day. So, but let's turn to the book of Acts, which was written by Paul. And if you've never studied Paul, that'd be a good place to start. He was a bad dude. He was a mean dude. He killed people. He hunted you down and he killed you if you were a Christian. And then his life changed. So, awesome dude. And if you haven't ever studied him, go to Acts and start with chapter 26, because that's what we're talking about today. And I'm going to turn the camera to the board. And another example of someone who risked his life for a message that seemed offensive to many. Many said it was unbelievable. It's not unbelievable once you get into it. and you start seeing how easily believable it is. That's why non-believers see Christianity as a risk. To the world, or the worldly, and to a very materialistic person, it seems absolutely insane to risk so much and to be held so accountable and not get to do whatever that we want to do and whenever we want to do it. However, as you follow Christ, you start digging into it, you'll find how easy and how quickly that the temporary possessions and worldly achievements are very small compared to the smallest of eternal rewards. I don't know that there is a smallest eternal reward. There is the eternal reward of getting to spend eternity in heaven. That's what these videos are all about. So, veterans, thank you. To those family members who lost loved ones, thank you, and we're thinking about you. We are. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't been to a veteran cemetery, go check it out. It inspires, but yet is also humbling and emotional. So, hey, thanks for watching. See you next week. I got a drone. We're going to start adding drone footage to our videos. So please subscribe, share it, give us a thumbs up, and help us grow. You got any buddies out there that are non-believers? Send them our way. Send them to the board. And let's help them become believers. Let's get them to heaven. That's the goal. So until next week, blessings to you.